What's going on, yo? I'm here to talk about the cool buffs and changes I've made for Alcremie in my ROM hack, but before I get into explaining why I chose these abilities, what all these cool new moves do, and why I chose them, I highly recommend that if you're new here, first of all, shout out to you, I appreciate you clicking on the video, but second of all, I recommend you pause the video and read the description because it has a lot of very important bullet points that'll explain the basics of how this ROM hack works and why things are balanced the way they are. When you're done with this video, don't click off yet, but when you're done, you can check out the playlist link down below, you can check out the Google Sheet link down below, and then most importantly, on that Google Sheet, there is a move guide that has all of the move buffs and changes documented in great detail for you to easily understand them because they make up a huge part of how the ROM hack works. I mean, it's literally the foundation of the balancing of the game. So, yeah, with all that being said, we've got Alcremie and Milcery, or Milcery. I'd say Milcery. Milcery, yeah, whatever. Alcremie. So I chose to give them. I'm gonna go in order of weirdest ability to least to most fitting. So, Water Absorb I chose number one. Okay, so first of all, can I just say that balancing the stupid ass pure fairy types was such a pain in my ass to like have to figure out 3 ability slots for all of them, especially like fucking floor just comfy. Oh my god, I don't even want to get into it now, but just trust me when I say that I had to cook a lot to like think. For example, Dash Bun is another pure fairy based on food. So I mean, actually, Dash Bun worked out really great. But in this case, I chose Water Absorb. You could argue I could have put something like Liquid Veil on instead, but I think Water Absorb is a lot more unique and cool, and it kind of also gives them like that mirroring, rivalry almost with Dash Bun, which is cool because they're both like pure fairy food based Pokemon. So yeah, Water Absorb is great. I mean, obviously it's nice when you have a ROM hack with 3 free ability slots that you can change whenever you want to. You're supposed to be switching between your abilities constantly, right? So for one boss fight, you might slap on Water Absorb. It makes sense. They're literally made of cream. Like if you add milk or water to cream, it'll just absorb it, I guess. So that's the flavor for why I chose Water Absorb. I just think it's a cool immunity ability to give to them in a ROM hack where, again, I do try to make all 3 abilities have use over one another and also not overlap with other pure fairies. So yeah, Lingering Aroma I chose because they have both Sweet Veil and Aroma Veil in vanilla, and honestly, in my opinion, every single Aroma Veil Pokemon could have Lingering Aroma. Obviously Dash Bun won't because of the pure fairy overlap, and Aromatisse isn't in Scarlet and Violet, and lo and behold, Oinkologne literally has a Lingering Aroma. Of course, it's actually over Aroma Veil, which is kind of a funny little thing, but the point is it's a smell ability. This Pokemon smells very good. I think it's not like the most fitting ability of all time, but it makes enough sense, and it's really cool, not only because I would say the main reason is because every single Pokemon in this ROM hack relies on their ability like a lot, because I've given every single Pokemon 3 cool, good, unique abilities. And what that means is if you switch your Alcremie in with Lingering Aroma, I believe it's only on contact, just like Mummy, correct? Almost positive, but I just want to double check myself. I'm almost positive it's only on contact. Yeah. Wait, wrong ability. Only contact, right? Yeah, contact. So it's literally Mummy. It's Mummy, but it's contact. So I mean, it's the same thing as Mummy. So essentially, you switch in your Alcremie on a Sharpness boosted move or a Ruthless boosted move or any Tough Claws, any offensive boosting ability, which tons of Pokemon have. And essentially it makes up for the fact that your Phys Def seems middling at first, but first of all, you consider the 95 HP, it's much better. 95-75 bulk with max defense investment, because in this ROM hack you can also freely switch around your EVs, so despite the fact that your defense looks mediocre, it's actually much better when you have that max investment. But yeah, you can switch it on any physical attacker, and then you take significantly less damage from them if they have a boosting ability, Reckless, Brazen, all types of contact, heavy physical boosting abilities. So that's really good. Alcremie can definitely shut down a lot of strong physical attackers in that way. And then you've got Gooey, which is really good. So Gooey is actually the reason I didn't drop their speed, because if it was up to me, I would have given them lower speed and, I don't know, maybe more Spadef or something for flavor. I just think that makes more sense for their design personally. But Gooey with 64 speed means you can actually abuse it. So I was like, fuck it, whatever. I'll let them keep it, even though it makes no sense for them to be that fast. So first of all, this makes Scarf Alcremie like a genuine option with or without Gooey. So once in a while, 64 base speed seems middling in an in-game context, but seems middling, but in an in-game context, it's much better. So if you slap on Neutral Nature Alcremie, 20 speed IVs is what you're guaranteed. You're hitting 324. That's like, you're outspeeding like base 10, not even base 100, sorry, base 90. Base 90. Yeah, base 95? Yeah, so that's really solid. That's a good speed tier to outspeed with Scarf. Not to mention with Gooey, so say, for example, you switch in on a physical attacker, you take their hit, GUI is any move, right? Is GUI also just contact? Sometimes it's so arbitrary. I feel like for some reason they might have chosen to make it any move, but no, it is contact only. Okay, good. That makes way more sense. So yeah, contact. So you switch it on a contact move, you drop their speed, and if you run Choice Scarf, now you can outspeed like base 120, 130, I think even probably 140 speed Pokemon. You can outspeed pretty much anything after a GUI drop with Scarf. So that's great. You can use that to get some kills with your, solid coverage. I mean, it's not great, but it's you've got Fire with Mystical Fire, you got Energy Ball, you've got Surf and other water moves. I chose to throw on there because of the whole Water Absorb Cream aspect they have going on. And yeah, that's all really cool. All three abilities are good. Not to mention GUI is not only good for yourself to abuse, but you can also use it with simple things like eject button GUI, drop their speed, get a free pivot, outspeed with one of your other Pokemon that can't outspeed normally. Or you can like GUI plus Draining Kiss / Rehydrate, and then later on Enrich, which are all really good healing moves, and then you can switch out once their speed has been dropped enough for you to take a kill with somebody else. So those are all really good things. You've also got great debuffing moves and other exclusive moves that I'll get into now. I'm sure you already read it, hopefully, on the screen, but so they have 2 signature moves, not exclusive moves, but straight up signature moves in Enrich and Decorate, which, I mean, purely signature is definitely pretty rare in this hack, but essentially Enrich comes from Milk Drink, so I could even write that. Is there room? Is there room? Kind of messed up the format. Whatever, I like having people know it's Milk Drink's animation because that explains why it's exclusive to Alcremie, because the only other Milk Drink Pokemon, no tank is in Scarlet and Violet, so it was only for Go-Goat, which I don't love it on. I don't think he needs it. I think it's cooler to have Alcremie get like the signature cream-based, move, because the animation literally just shows like fucking cream. Like it shows milk, which is what, heavy cream is. It's milk. So it's more fatty. I don't know I'm not a food scientist, man. I just know it's basically milk. So yeah, that's cool. It's essentially, it's like the same HP that Synthesis or Sediment would give you in their respective weathers, Morning Sun, etc. So it's essentially like you're using Synthesis in the sun. So that's a very, very good heal move. Works really well with all 3 abilities, but especially with Lingering Aroma and GUI, because you can just heal up a bunch and kind of go from there. You also got tons of great debuffing moves. So you get Aromatic Mist, which is another exclusive debuffing move for like scent-based Pokemon that drops attack, special attack, and Spadef by -2. That's super great. Earlier on, you've got Befriend, which is special charm. You've also got Actual Charm. You've got Play Nice, Baby Doll Eyes, which are really good because you're not that quick, so it's nice to be able to outspeed and debuff them first, especially with Movie Liner, and also just for earlier on. You've got Pixie Dust for your Fairy-type priority. You've got Draining Kiss, Disarming Voice. Disarming Voice drops attack and special attack. Same with Chilling Water. So all that stuff is super good. Mega Drain, Giga Drain, good for healing. Sweet Scent is great. That drops special attack and special defense by 1. So it's like a mini Aromatic Mist, right, with much more distribution. So Sweet Scent is great early on as well. Dreamy Kiss is a reliable sleeping move that will always last for 2 turns. 85% accuracy, which means that you need Wide Lens, but with buffed Wide Lens, it won't miss. So you can slap on Dreamy Kiss with the Wide Lens if you need a sleep in a pinch or something. So that's a cool little tool. Also pretty early on at level 30. And then you've got Decorate, which is really cool. That's another exclusive move. It's just an Omni Boost. Honestly, I really thought about a lot of ways I could try to make the move cool. And it just doesn't. I mean, obviously in doubles it's sick, but this is not a doubles soak attack, right? So it's useless in singles, right? The Decorate just gives the ally +2 to their stats, I believe, to offensive stats. I'm 99% sure that's what Decorate does. So yeah, it's cool and all. I was considering just making it like special, like just the same thing, but for yourself. But honestly, I think Omni Boost is better for them because they're tankier, as opposed to just +2 special attack, which is like, wow, so cool, man. I don't know, who the fuck cares? It's very mid. Even this is like not that good because it turns you into a crit magnet. So I personally would never really run Decorate unless I had no other option for that boss fight. If I needed the defense and special attack boost, it's like Calm Mind, but it gives you speed and defense, which is it's pretty good, especially because I already covered how quick Alcremie can be at +1 speed. Not to mention, if you get a plus speed nature Alcremie, then you're outspeeding tons of shit. Then you're hitting 355. Then you're outspeeding base 110 and above Pokemon, or 110 and below. So that's super, super great. So if you got plus speed, then I would say Decorate goes crazy, and otherwise it's still pretty good. But I wouldn't like to use it purely defensively because it does turn you into a bit of a crit magnet, like a sitting duck, right? It's not bad. It's up to you how risky you want to play your Pokemon in a ROM hack like this. It's balanced around Nuzlockes, right? Lastly, on the topic of becoming a crit magnet, you've got Acid Armor, which gives you +3 defense now. That's another exclusive move to Pokemon that can kind of melt themselves down or are this type of like texture of their body or whatever. So that's super, super good. I mean, look at the stat distribution, right? With +3 defense, this thing doesn't die. It's very, very good. It's just a matter of how risky you want to play your Alcremie. I personally wouldn't really touch this move unless, again, I had no other option. There's no such thing as Lucky Chant in Scarlet and Violet. Otherwise, I would totally love to give that to Pokemon as well. But yeah, man, it is what it is. You gotta risk some crits. It's not the best thing in my opinion, but it's still good. And of course, for casual players, there's no risk at all. You can just use it, and it's pretty busted in that case. But that's not what the game's balanced around. But yeah, Calm Mind, Acid Armor, Enrich / Draining Kiss. You know, decorate, all this crazy stuff that you can take advantage of later on. That's like cheesy setup type stuff. And in general, it's just a super, super tanky, reliable, pure fairy type. Good defensive traits with those 3 abilities. It's pretty versatile. It can be fast or offensive. You know, it can be purely defensive. It can be utility. It can be whatever you need it to be. So that's fun. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for listening. Let me know if you made it to the end of the video. Also, I should quickly cover for anybody who is new here. Although if you're 10 minutes in, hopefully you know this by now. Rehydrate is water type recover. I threw that on there over recover, which they do normally get, just because I think it's a cool flavor choice for them. Why has Mume opening up? What the hell? Anyway, yeah, that's it. Soak is also pretty good. It removes their stab and can also be useful with like Mega Drain or Giga Drain, especially if you've got Terra Grass. That'd be fucking dope. I would love to use like Terra Grass Soak. That'd be super cool. But yeah, if you RNG that. But yeah, if you're wondering how that works, you can read the description if you haven't yet. Also, if you made it this far into the video and you haven't done that, I recommend you read the description. I'm pretty sure all of you guys who made it to this point have already done all that. So I appreciate all you guys who made it to the end. Make sure you drop a comment so I know who you are. Leave a like, all that good stuff. And I'll be back for more coming up. Peace.